private property. What was that noise? Look what we got behind us, boys. Camaro.
It's like a freaking race car.
Hey guys, welcome back to Legit Street Cars. If you have been following along the C63 AMG series, then you know that I bought a one-way plane ticket here to Martinsburg, West Virginia to replace the blown-up engine in that car with a 50,000-mile used engine that was supposed to be perfect. But after removing the cylinder head, we found that it wasn't perfect at all. It cannot be used. And now I am stranded here with no ride back to Chicago. I looked up flights and there is nothing even close to a good flight option. And I have to be home in 2 days. We have family coming in for the weekend, so this isn't good. Now, my only saving grace is this, a 2002 Trans Am WS6 in navy blue metallic, 6-speed manual car that seems to be in excellent condition. So I actually bought this car sight unseen about a month ago, and it was in this area. So Craig went out with a truck and trailer and picked it up for me, dropped it off right here, and here it sits. Craig is an awesome person. He towed the C63 back here from Philly when we first discovered the blown engine and allowed me to work on it here. So a big thanks to the guys here at Modern Masters. But here it is. This car has not been driven much, but in a good way. This isn't your typical Legit Street Cars abandoned car. I do believe this was stored inside, and this car only has 40-something thousand miles, clean title. Everything checks out really nicely. I mean, this looks beautiful. Just from the pictures, I was impressed, but you never really know until you get up close. So we're gonna be doing a full inspection on this thing and seeing what it needs, because this honestly seems to be my best ride home, and I wouldn't mind that at all. This is one of my favorite colors for the WS6 Trans Am, and this one is slightly modified. It's a heads cam car. It looks to be lowered. It has headers and exhaust. A couple little add-ons that I personally wouldn't do. This is a carbon fiber piece that they've attached here. Kind of looks cool from far away, but the fit and finish is not perfect. These blacked out taillights I am not a big fan of. I think the LS taillights and the LT taillights look really cool, so we might have to take those off. This has your chrome torque thrust 2s, very period correct for these cars. I do think it looks kind of cool. A little dated at this point, but that is okay. And let's see, a little bit of wear on the bolster. This is, of course, a cheap, 90s GM interior, but it looks good. This is huge. It's got a 6-speed manual. That increases the value for sure. It has T-tops. We have a Volant air induction system. I remember these back in the day. The battery is missing. Oh, I think they're charging the battery right now because this thing's been dead for a while. So we'll get a new battery. It looks to have had some kind of stereo action going on. Let's see, 243 casting cylinder heads. So those are the C5Z06 cylinder heads, a very popular mod on these cars. Long tube headers, excellent. And this is the LS6 manifold that they went to in 2001. Actually, this could just be an LS6 engine in general. In 2001 and 2002, they ran out of LS1 blocks, so they stuck LS6s in some of these. This could be that. And I think it's got a small cam. I didn't get too many details from the previous owner, just that it's a mild build, basically, is what he said. I'm not even sure if he did them. They added this little cover here to cover up the fuse boxes and whatnot. Not bad. We might have to secure that a little bit better. So when you open the driver door, you just want to check out the RPO codes. Make sure you have a real WS6. We have one of those. Honestly, I think the regular Trans Ams were more rare than the WS6. Like, everyone ordered the WS6. All right, so we have a new battery on the way. Craig said after he got it on the trailer, it never restarted again. It had a super old battery in it, and the car had been sitting around for a while. So we'll get the new battery in there, fired up, make sure the engine, the transmission is good, go for a ride, and then we're gonna inspect it and find out everything that it needs, and possibly do some repair work, because I'm going to attempt to drive this 800 miles back home to Chicago in this video. So hopefully it doesn't leave me stranded. But if it does and I have to get it towed, I'll have more time to play Raid Shadow Legends. Get them, guys. With over 600 amazing champions, you'll be ready to battle the world, and Raid is available to download for free on your mobile device or PC using my link below or the QR code on screen. And Raid just celebrated their 3rd anniversary as one of the coolest RPG games around, and they keep on adding cool updates like the Doom Tower, which added a whole new world of bosses to slay. Raid is currently having a Halloween promotion until November 5th, 2022, where new players can win in-game prizes and even a $1,000 Amazon gift card. You just click the link below, enter your player ID, spin the wheel, and get your prize. Now, all you new players out there, if you download the game by scanning my on-screen QR code or by clicking the link in the description box, you're gonna get a free starter pack worth $30, a free champion named Tyrell, and some cool in-game loot. So a big thanks to Raid for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to some TA action. While we're waiting for the battery, let's just check over some basics before we attempt to fire this up. I mean, it ran not too long ago up on the trailer, and Craig said it sounded pretty awesome. So this car was originally listed on Mods and Miles like the first week that they started. And so I just went through the mods list again, and this actually is a Magic Stick 3 camshaft. So this should sound pretty wild. And what do we got here? Oh yeah, this oil is great. Good oil level, looks clean. All right, what do we got for coolant here? I'm assuming deck's cool. Yep, and it is low. Definitely low. All right, I just opened up the trunk here with the key. I want to see the stereo. Oh, wow. Okay. This looks good. This is sweet. And you can fit the T-tops in here as well. Don't buy cars like me, okay? I just saw the mileage and the color and the fact that it was a manual, and I was like, I'm buying it. Oh, this battery cannot come here soon enough. I can't wait to hear it. What do you guys think I paid for this car? I think it has like 45,000 miles, clean title, navy blue metallic, 6-speed manual, real WS6. It's a 2001. I'll tell you in 5, 4, 3, comment down below, 2, 1. I have $13,000 into this car. These things have skyrocketed lately. So provided that it's in the condition that it was described to be in, that's a phenomenal deal. These cars with this low of mileage are typically in like the mid $20,000 range. So, you know, I'll spend some money to sort this thing out. We'll detail it. We'll make it perfect. But I think this was a huge score. I'm saying this right after finding out that my C63 engine is blown and having a rash of other bad luck type of situations with some of these cars. So knowing my luck, this thing probably doesn't even have the bottom end of the engine there. It's probably just missing. All right, this guy just dropped off this battery. Let's go put it in. There we go. Okay, I lost that guy. Where's our bolt though? Where's our bolt? And our hold down bolt. All right, the guys in the shop had it. So let's get this on there. Like that, tighten this guy up. And you know I'm hooking up this stereo. I can't wait to hear that too. There we go. All right, here we go, TA. Ooh, I heard some clicky noises. All right, with that tight, we just got to get the hold down in there. So for the F-body, that means this little wedge. And it goes just like that. Look at this. We got another one of the last of the breed little plaques, covers, whatever you want to call this thing. Yeah, I don't know if that was ever on the actual 2002 from the factory. I'm not really sure. But this isn't a 2002, so it kind of really doesn't make sense. But I guess it's covering all the years, right? That is tight. That is not. I don't know. I'm not sure about these things. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of these little covers and Trans Am and last of the breed and that color blue valve cover. I think I would have just left it stock. Honestly, I think the Ram Air lid looks better than this too, and there's really no performance difference at all using the factory lid versus this. The only upgrade I think I would do to the lid would be I think it's called a black wing. I don't know, it's been a while since I've lived and breathed LS1 F-body. I used to be on LS1 Tech in the forums all the time, and I knew all the stats, but it's been a while. But I think it was a factory upgraded lid that basically looks the same but flowed a little bit better. I think that'd be the only thing I'd do. I would leave everything else stock looking. All right, guys, it is time. It is time. We have lots of remotes, Viper alarms, and other 90s and early 2000s things going on. Oh man, here we go. I was gonna reach in here and just turn the key because I have an automatic WS6. This is a manual. Mine was a manual. I converted it to an automatic. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I was drag racing back in the day. Here we go, clutch in. Let's see, what is the mileage on this guy? 48,000, okay, I was off by a little bit. 48,000 miles. Ho, ho, ho. Fired right up, good oil pressure. It says we need an oil change, although the oil looks new. It's possible they did it a long time ago and just didn't reset the light. Good battery voltage. Okay. Gotta let her warm up, but really good throttle response. See, GM window regulator working. That's all you can ask from the old GM window regulator. Oh wow, you know, this is really quiet. No piston slap. That was a cold start. It's been close to a month and a half since Craig picked it up, and it is nice. No lifter noise. Doesn't seem to have any exhaust leaks, at least from the headers. Oh, the almighty LS. It's just the best, guys. It's overall the best engine ever made. The family of LS engines. Comment down below what you think. But seriously, the simplicity, the reliability, how small it physically is, so you can swap it into anything, the power potential, the strength, how many they made. It's very easy to get parts. It's inexpensive. How do you beat this engine? I don't think you do overall. There might be another engine that's better at like one thing, but as a big picture, it's the LS. The LS or nothing. All right, so this is the Magic Stick 3 camshaft. I forget who makes this. I used to know back in the day. And then I think they came out with a Magic Stick 4. But this is just kind of like a really good naturally aspirated camshaft. This would also work good for nitrous and even a blower. I mean, when you spec out a cam, yes, you can make a ton of power specifically speccing that cam out for your setup. But at the end of the day, there are a ton of off-the-shelf LS cams that just work and they work well. So if we strapped a blower to this thing, it would make really good power. There might be one that's slightly better for boost, but this was a great cam back in the day. It made respectable numbers. You could expect a heads cam car like this one, if it has factory 243 heads, to put down like low to mid 400 horsepower at the wheels. And that's with a totally stock bottom end. So just a cam, heads, and exhaust. That's pretty much all you need. This intake manifold is really good. A lot of guys went with the fast intake with a gigantic throttle body. You might gain a little bit of horsepower there, but kind of unnecessary unless you're just going for every last little bit. All right, so we got to turn off our traction control. This basically just flips the pedal back up at you. Here we go, man. I honestly think the last time I drove a manual transmission at oh my God, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. It's got an aftermarket clutch. It's a little catchy, but yeah, the last time I drove a manual trans F-body was my own. Like, oh man, it's been like, oh my God. All right, hold on, we can't get two of those. that's really bad. The last time I drove a manual transmission LS1 F-body, I think was my own, like 13 years ago, something like that. It's been a while. And this does have an aftermarket clutch. What was that? Wow, we just heard a really loud, that was scary. I mean, we're on a gravel road, there were some bumps, but nothing, that was weird. I mean, again, it has been sitting for a long time. I don't know if maybe one of the bushings was bound up or, I have no idea what that was. That was weird. Okay. We're on some country roads out here in West Virginia. Okay, yeah, it's got a very grabby clutch. Feels good though, feels good. I just gotta get used to it. All right, it's my fault. Oh man, I want to put a manual trans back in my Trans Am, even with the turbo and everything. I don't really go drag racing all that much anymore, and that was the reason I did it. I put a trans brake in there with a 2-step and a converter, and I was really going for every 10th in the quarter mile. But now I just kind of drive the car every once in a while, and I enjoy driving a stick more. So, you know, with a 900 wheel horsepower turbo LS, it would be really fun and, you know, borderline unusable and uncontrollable to have a manual, but really fun. This is a good car for manual though. It's got like a reasonable amount of power. All right, so we're letting the engine warm up and it's low on fuel, so I'm definitely gonna get some fuel. We don't know how old the gas is in this car. I think the guy did drive it every once in a while, so I'm not too concerned. This was probably just one of those normal low mileage cars where he just drove it maybe 500 to 1,000 miles a year. So a couple of tank fulls, changed the oil probably once a year. It was just like a nice normal car. All right, we got some train tracks. Let's see if we get that noise again. Nothing. It doesn't. Okay, that clutch lets out. It doesn't seem like anything is loose in the suspension. I honestly have no idea what that loud banging noise was. It was scary though. Oh, I don't know if I want to sell this. Oh, I haven't even gone wide open throttle yet. This is too cool. Oh, and it feels like new. It's so low mileage. And these things handle like really well for, you know, a solid rear axle car. Oh, yes. Woo! Okay, big hill coming. I don't want to fly. I don't need any Dukes of Hazzard action here. Oh, this is fun. Gotta get gas though. Well, you know, before I fill up, I gotta get the AMSOIL Performance Improver in the gas tank. This stuff is great. And if you want 25% off all AMSOIL products, click on my link down below. I'm not sponsored by AMSOIL at all. I buy this all myself, and I've been offered free oil and products like this from a lot of the major companies, but I've just done my research, and it seems to be the best engine oil and the best fluids in general, so that's what I use on everything. I make a tiny commission off the sales. It helps out with insurance and all the cars and whatnot, so link down below. It's $3.79 for premium. I think it's still $5 or more in Chicago. That's insane. Oh yeah, full tank of gas. Let's go ahead and reset our trip. We're definitely calculating fuel mileage on the way home. These things are killer. I remember when I had my 6-speed manual in my Trans Am, I could get 31 mpg on the highway, even with a gigantic camshaft, one bigger than this. They're basically economy cars. Oh, there's that noise again. All right, you know what? Before we go rip on this thing out here in the middle of the country, I mean Mexico, let's bring it back to Modern Masters and inspect what's going on. I don't need to break the car before I attempt to drive it to Chicago. Oh, and if you guys don't know about Modern Masters in Martinsburg, West Virginia, they build cool stuff like this, and they do a ton of cool swaps like a Hellcat swap on an older Charger, and they do a ton of normal repair and maintenance work, and they do it right the first time. They are military family owned. Definitely give them a try. I'll leave all their info down below. All right, guys, we got the TA up in the air. What did I buy? So far, it seems like the engine runs well. We'll have to give it a little bit more throttle on our next test drive once we figure out what's wrong with it underneath here. But the transmission feels good. Everything feels good. So as long as this inspection checks out, this was an excellent buy. And so far, so good. Look at this. Oh, man. This looks to be totally rust-free. All right, we got some weld-in subframe connectors. That is a great add-on to the F-body platform. It just kind of makes the car feel very sound and secure, just kind of ups the quality of the entire car, basically. And it's needed if you start getting sticky tires back here and a lot of power, because you can actually twist these cars to the point where the T-tops won't come off, and you can even get little dimples on the quarter panel as well. So subframe connectors, excellent. And I'll take a look at this exhaust. Looks like they added a little shield here, probably because it's lowered here too, because this would probably scrape everywhere, I guess is what I'm thinking there. T56 transmission. No leaks from the engine. Excellent. Wow. This is a nice car. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to sell. That is for sure. This really reminds me of my car back in the day. I bought my WS6 back in 2003 with only like 10,000 miles on it. So it's practically brand new. And it's gone through many builds, so I definitely had a heads cam 6-speed manual set up at one point just like this. So we do have the factory torque arm here. And let's see. Yep, these arms are factory as well. Bilstein shocks. Are these loose? So we are getting that crazy banging noise. Looks like a lot of the suspension is stock here though. These arms, the panhard rod back here, this sway bar looks to be factory. The 10-bolt rear end looks to be factory. Nothing wrong with that. This stuff all works pretty darn well. Let's see, I'm trying to find a smoking gun here because we had a brutal noise. It could have been an exhaust noise, I guess. It was just a loud bang, and it happened when we were going down the gravel driveway. Like any little bump, or if you launch it a little bit, it makes that noise. So we got to find something here. This car is lowered, and those are the bump stops right there. It's possible that we're hitting the bump stop when we go over a bump, because I'm not finding anything that's loose. All these bushings are in excellent condition. The shocks are tight. Nothing's loose. Sway bar links are good. And that is a very loud noise. I mean, it sounded like someone was hitting the floor with a hammer. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. There's an indentation in the floor from the torque arm. Huh. And it looks like this torque arm at some point has touched the drive shaft. Now, I gotta say, I don't remember having a nut here at the bottom and at the top. I don't remember that on my car, unless this is a different torque arm. But it's all tight though. So why would that hit the floor? Yeah, that looks kind of fresh too. So obviously with this thing lowered, you know, can we get this on the 4-post?
Yeah, let me
And look at it?
let me get it available.
We're gonna get it on a 4-post and then kind of bounce it up and down and see what we can see. But anyway, overall, this thing is just phenomenal. No leaks whatsoever. Everything is in great shape. No rust. I mean, look at the control arms, the subframe. Oh man, I'm definitely not used to this. This is a beautiful, beautiful car. All right, well, here's something. This torque arm is loose. That is for sure. Look at that. Not 100% sure that'll fix our noise, but we definitely have to fix this anyway. And the only thing I could think of is that this was some kind of drive shaft loop option. Let me know, F-Body guys. I should know this, but I didn't have the factory one on my car very long. I went to a tubular one. So this looks like a factory stamped steel torque arm, but I really do not remember having provisions to bolt something on like a clamp, and it looks like it would have been a drive shaft loop. I don't know. Really, it just looks like trouble for us. Might have to remove that. All right, we have the car on the 4-post lift. So the suspension is loaded up as it would be driving down the road. And there's a decent amount of room here before it hits the body, but clearly it's been hitting the body. So if you hit a big enough pothole or dip in the road, that could very well be our issue. Let's see, we're bouncing it up and down. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but yeah, that could do it. And we're just bouncing it up and down with our hands. Not getting it to make any noise now. Let's just go tighten up those bolts and we'll test it out in the gravel parking lot. Let's tighten these guys up. Wow, yeah, that could make a noise. Cool, let's give it a shot. Yeah, this is a little nerve-wracking, getting this thing on and off the lift. It is very low and it's got this lip right here, which we're gonna have to secure before the ride. That's for sure. Or we're just gonna rip it off right now. All right, keep going. Yeah, wow. Okay, so every time we go down the gravel parking lot right by this concrete pillar right here, it doesn't even look that bad, but there's something about the road here. There's a dip somewhere. Anyway, it does it every time, so we should be able to hear something if it's gonna do it again. Okay, maybe it's that one. Yeah, that's gotta be it right there. Oh yeah, it didn't do it. Yeah, we had to have been hitting it right here, and it didn't do it. So that's fixed. It had to have just been the loose torque arm. Although I might look into modifying those little ears, possibly removing them or something like that, but wow, the exhaust is so low. But yeah, just Rusty driving it around like this is way more than I was doing. Here we go, here we go. Is it gonna do it? Nope. Okay, we're fixed. So we already topped up the coolant. The oil looks to be brand new, and the previous owner said the fluids only have like 500 miles on them. So at this point, I'm gonna go take this out for a spirited drive. It rained for a little bit, but it is clearing up, so we can push this thing and hopefully not break it before I need to take it to Chicago. We gotta take this off. I am not a big fan. I love what these taillights look like. Oh, that's it. Wow, how did this not just come off over the years? That is so much nicer. Look at this. Okay, so we have this. It's like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. And then bam, the contrast is perfect. I love it. Why? Why? I mean, I don't know why I'm saving these. I should just throw them out, but there we go. Hopefully these aren't cracked. Yeah, these go for like $1,000 on eBay. And that white LT1 car that I ended up giving away, it had LS1 taillights, so I took those out. I gave the whole car away except for the taillights. I'm like, I'm saving those for a rainy day. This is perfect. And I love that they painted the valence black. That is so cool. This thing is absolutely amazing. Like a childhood dream. I have one at home. It's not a manual. Really cool. All right, we're back out in the country here with the WS6. It's got fresh fuel. I think we're allowed now to go wide open throttle with her. Ooh, I love the country. Oh, still spinning. vibration from the steering wheel. I think it's just in the brakes. Yeah, the brake rotor's a little... Oh, it roasts them. It's got some older Sumitoyo tires on there, which could be part of it, but it's also got a good amount of LS power, that's for sure. We got air. We got air. We got a little air. Oh man, I don't want to get rid of this car. It's so much fun, especially with the manual. I'm like trying not to get air, but it's really hilly. This thing sounds good, and there's no fuss to it at all. Hey, you know what? One thing people give me a lot of crap for in the comment section when I'm driving a manual is I slow down with it in neutral. And I've had people comment, they say stuff like it's bad for the manual transmission to throw it into neutral. And I don't understand this at all. I get this comment every so often. So let's say I'm in gear like this, and then there's a red light or a stop sign. I'll push the clutch in, throw it into neutral, pop the clutch out, and then just, you know, ride the actual brake until we get to a full stop. And people are like, you're not supposed to do that. You should always keep it in gear and slow down with the transmission. It's bad for the transmission not to do that. And guys, I've been working on cars for a long time. I don't understand the logic, but multiple people have said this, and I don't know if it's just one of those car things that one guy heard, and then for whatever reason it's spread on the internet, but that's how I drive stick, and that's how I've seen pretty much everybody I know drive stick. I mean, I guess if you want to just sound cool, you could throw it into first, give it a little rev, and then have it rev down or whatever, but it's definitely not bad for the car. Just like that's not bad for this car. It likes it, it needs it. There are a lot of twisty roads around here. I can't really get past second gear, or we're gonna go airborne and potentially not be able to turn because this isn't a Ferrari. Is this private right here?
We did just pass a sign that said no trespassing.
Oh, okay. We're in private property in West Virginia. I don't know what the laws are around here, but they might be able to just start mowing me down right now. How did that happen? We were just going down a main road, and all of a sudden we're in private property land. Oh man, there are a ton of signs. Posted, private property. We shoot LS cars on site. Oh no. They're LS haters. Must be Mustang country out here. Yeehaw! Sorry people. Just a city slicker. Don't shoot. They literally own the road? Like, this is so weird. Alright, I should probably stop beating on this thing if I'm going to try and drive it 800 miles back home to Chicago, but that's what these cars were meant for. That is nothing. I used to drag race mine all the time when it was totally stock, 6-speed manual. Then I put nitrous on it, then a drag radial. I never blew up the 10-bolt rear end, which was like a really weak point of these cars, but you know, this engine will take it. A little bit more, hang on. Woo! Okay, we might get air, brakes. I gotta say, I have pushed these brakes pretty hard in these roads, and they haven't overheated. These F-body brakes were not the best. I put some bigger Brembos on my WS6, much better for sustained West Virginia beatdowns. But anyway, with that, let's get prepared to take off. All right, guys, it's like 4:30 in the morning. Time to take off in the TA, leaving the hotel, my home, for the last 4 or 5 days. It's kind of early, but honestly, I'm just excited to drive home. All right, guys, let's get a cold start. Fire's right up, no smoke, no nothing, idling down. Man, that sounds good. Check this out. Oh yeah. Now, what was that noise? What is that? Oh, that's good. Looks like it's loose. Oh no, the screw's missing. See that? There's no screw. I don't have anything like that. Oh, hey, did you hear that? jeez. We didn't even leave yet. Did you hear that? I think I heard something fall to the ground. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I heard something fall, but I don't see anything at all. Yeah. All right, just gonna have to go for it. Hopefully the sun will come out soon and I can flip these bad boys down. This is kind of cool. Look at the spider. You're going for a ride, little buddy. You ready? Come on. There you are. All right, GPS says 10 hours and 44 minutes till I get home. This is so cool. When I was really young, like 18, when I bought my WS6, I took it on a few of these trips. And in my 20s as well. I took quite a few trips with that car. 30 mpg, 31 mpg all day. So I'm curious to see what this guy gets. It's got a cam, but when you're cruising at like 1500 RPM at 70 miles an hour, it doesn't really matter. Here we go. All right, I'm topping her off because I do want to calculate the exact fuel mileage. I know it's best if you go back to the same pump when you run low, but we're not going to be doing that. So 2.5 gallons we had to add. So this tank is full. All right, we're full again. And I've only driven it about 21 miles, so let's reset the trip. Let's go. Gotta reset that oil light too. I don't remember how to. Wait, isn't it? You turn the ignition on, and then you hit the gas pedal 3 times, and then hold it. I think that resets it. Let's see. I did it! It's going! Woohoo! Alright guys, I'm heading on the highway right now in the TA. This is some great filming right here, Alex. Good job. Professional YouTuber here with no lights. This is why I don't film at night, people. Hopefully by the time I turn this back on, it's daylight and I'm still driving because the car hasn't broken down. Pittsburgh, baby! Woo! Alright guys, it's starting to get light out. We are near Pittsburgh right now. Cruising in my TA. This is so much fun. This is bringing back a lot of memories, guys, because I haven't gone for a road trip in my TA for a very, very long time. Like, we're talking over a decade. So I'm just jamming out to some tunes. I got my coffee. I got about like 9.5 hours left to go, and I'm having a blast. And if you guys are wondering about what music I might be rocking out to, right now I'm on a Taking Back Sunday kick, so that's what I'm jamming out to. And hopefully we'll have better lighting soon. This is kind of weird with the flash. Look what we got behind us, boys. Camaro. Oh, this is awesome, guys. I don't get these kind of roads in Chicago, and I'm kind of chasing after this Camaro a little bit, going the legal speed limit only. Oh, this is so cool. I tell you what, you don't get this kind of fun out of a Tesla or an electric car. I've taken my Volt and my Tesla on quite a few road trips. You know, just I'm not smiling as much. That's all I'm saying, all right? This guy wants to play. This guy wants to play for sure. These are some seriously fun roads. It's fall. The leaves are changing. This is beautiful. So we've gone 95 miles so far. Let's see, at like 80 miles an hour, which I'm not doing. This is just a calculation. We would be at roughly 1,800 RPM. So that's why these get such good mileage. And I'm going to go ahead and say this has the stock 342 gears. Doesn't look like the 10 bolt's been touched, which the 342s work great. A lot of guys go 410s with a 6-speed manual, which you can definitely do. It'll give you more grunt off the line. But you know, this works too. This ain't no fancy exotic channel. We don't need a Porsche or a Porsche. I don't know why I'm talking like that now. It's the country. I've been to West Virginia for like a week, people, okay? We don't take kindly to no city slickers. Yeehaw! Yeehaw is like, that's straight up Texas, right? Like West Virginia, you don't do yeehaws out there, right? I'm not the most cultured person in the world. Actually, I'm kind of cultured. I speak Italian. Does that count? All right, I'm going through a mountain. I don't know what this is, but we got a tunnel. Hold on a second. Oh, yes! Dude, this tunnel is awesome! Oh, this is sweet! You definitely don't get stuff like this in Chicago! Woo! Oh, this thing sounds so good! Oh. I can't shift right now, so we're just stuck in third gear. I'm okay with that. Not going that fast, people, alright? Don't worry. It sounds cool. Okay, we're out of the tunnel now. Just going for a leisurely cruise here in the beautiful countryside of Pennsylvania. Just beautiful out here. The Camaro guy, he got off at an exit. We played around a little bit. We totally did not race or anything. I didn't destroy him or anything like that. It's not that kind of channel. I think Street Speed 717's out here if you guys want to see that kind of stuff. But I would have won if we had raced. But beautiful, beautiful country out here. I love it. I love America. Oh, and by the way, I do wish Peter was here for this whole West Virginia trip. And there was so much stuff that we need to do at the shop that doesn't get filmed. And that was a big reason why Peter is part of the team. There's a lot that goes into the production of these videos that you don't see. That's all done off camera, especially with my shop. So there was a bunch of shop projects he had to do. And sometimes we kind of go through some of the cars before we start filming just to make sure we have the right parts. So he's going through some of the winter projects right now. We always film the initial reveal and the first time I look at it live. So those are real. Like the first time we lift the cars up and look at them, I haven't seen anything. I don't want to know anything about the car. But after that, Peter will go through, or I'll go through with a fine-tooth comb just for little things. Like, okay, we know it needs a water pump. That's in the video. We got that. But what little like hoses and belts are around it that we need to think about in order now, so that when we film the repair video, we're able to get it done in a timely fashion and not be held up by little tiny parts that don't cost much but might take a few days to get in. Now, sometimes we're still held up, but we want to eliminate that as much as possible. So Peter's doing some of that work. We have some amazing cars coming to the channel really soon. I cannot wait to show you. And then he's doing a bunch of work on the shop because we are working on a big shop update video for this winter. We're getting a bunch of new equipment and kind of reorganizing stuff. So Peter's at home base kind of taking care of a ton, picking up and dropping off some parts that we need. And with the C63 engine, there honestly just would have been too many cooks in the kitchen. Me and Rusty know the Mercedes really, really well. Either one of us could do that engine, no problem. And so having another guy there working on that engine, I think Peter just would have been hanging out like the whole time. And we got too much going on, but I miss you, Peter. I wish you're here for this ride. It's so beautiful. And I'm driving a manual transmission car. I'm just gonna pretend that you're here, Peter, in this highly bolstered 90s Trans Am seat with lumbar support that's in excellent condition and in black, which is secretly the color interior I wanted in my car. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, Alex, this car is sweet. Honestly, this has completely changed me. I'm not into Japanese cars anymore. I'm an American guy through and through now.
I knew you'd come around one day, Peter. Max is back at the shop too, editing a bunch of videos. I'm gonna pretend he's here too, because I'm not going insane. Max, what do you think of the TA?
I can't fit. I'm too tall.
I got off to get some gas and I had to go down this road. This is so cool. Beautiful. People live out here. Oh man, one day I'm gonna move out to the country. Just a simpler life, really. Just drive my Trans Am through the country roads of Pennsylvania.
I'm at a crossroads, folks. Do I go right or do I go left? That way takes you not home. That way takes you home. I'm going home. All right, I don't know what I'm trying to get at here. I'm going home. I'm on Powell Road. Anyone out here? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful America. Wow. I guess I'm going over Beaver River right now. I took some back roads. I probably added a half hour to the trip, but it was well worth it. Welcome to Ohio. All right, guys, we're 322 miles into this trip, and check gauges just turned on. I turned the traction control off a while back. Sometimes when you're pulling out of these country roads, you don't want traction control kicking on. I'd rather slide around and make it out onto the road. But anyway, we gotta get gas. Wow, are you kidding me? It's a full $1 more here in Ohio versus West Virginia. I thought we had it bad in Chicago. I mean, we do. We have it really, really bad in Chicago for gas, but this is insane. Let's check a little bit of oil. I should probably let it sit a little bit longer, but we'll get an idea. I don't think it burns any. All right, let's see what we got. This oil is so clean, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think we're good. I think we're right around here, which is technically add, but I just shut the engine down, so we're fine. All right, so 13.8 gallons, and we went 339.4. I don't have Peter here to do the math, but I do have a calculator, and that's 25 mpg. And that was going like 80 the entire time, and I took about a half-hour detour and I took some twisties and I was going wide open throttle and stuff like that. So you can definitely eke out 30 if you're just going like 65 miles an hour and not flooring it. And when I said I was going 80, I meant I was going the exact speed limit, which is 70. Can I get in trouble for saying I was going 80 even though everybody knows the speed limit is 70? I can't get in trouble for that, right? Like, there's no proof. No one's gonna prosecute me. I could just say I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I totally wasn't going 80. Or I could just simply identify as going the speed limit. So I identify as going the speed limit. All right, guys, I've made it to Indiana and we're getting some gas. Just keeps on getting progressively more expensive as we get closer to Chicago. So I just put 11.1 gallons in, 277 miles. That is right around 25 mpg as well. I made it! We're back at Legit Street Quarters. It's a couple days later. I drove this straight home and enjoyed it for the whole weekend. And it performed flawlessly, but we are back at Legit Street Quarters and we're gonna park this next to the other TA. I mean, what can be better than one Trans Am WS6? Two. Here it is, Trans Am WS6, number 1 and number 2. Hey, what's up, dude? Nothing. You're new here. I know. How much horsepower you got? Like 500-ish? That's funny. All right, guys, that'll do it for this Trans Am road trip adventure. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. This kind of brought back a ton of memories of my white car, and we have a turbo on the way for that car and probably a 6-speed manual swap as well and a bunch of other modifications. I'm getting the TA ready for next year. I'm actually going to drive it. But before that, we're gonna have another video or two on the blue one, and then I will be selling it on modsandmiles.com, I think. Now I kind of really want it, so I don't know. Check in the next video and find out. But with that, give this video a big thumbs up, share the video with your friends, subscribe if for some crazy reason you haven't already, and most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll see all of you in the next video.